Hello YouTube, welcome back to another model aircraft review. Today I'll be reviewing the GeminiJets FedEx Boeing 757-200 freighter. This one was released, I believe, 2 or 3 months back. It's a fairly recent release. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the box. It's a somewhat unique box, not the ones you're used to. For one, it's an all white flap instead of the blue flap that we usually see. We've got the GeminiJets logo here, the slogan, FedEx logo pretty big there, and the computer generated image of the plane down there with the aircraft type. Here's the sides of the box. I got this from Greyland Station, which is, like I mention all the time, the hobby shop in Chicago where I get most of my models from, so it was 35 bucks out of there. And here's the back. As you can see, FedEx licensing, 2019 release. I'm not sure if FedEx, I'm not sure if they sell these on their official store. I mean, maybe they do. I'm not entirely sure why they get their own unique boxes. But it's kind of cool because the box is themed in the FedEx logo. So we got the white flap, the blue part down here, and then the orange thing over there. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Here's the flap inside of it. Some basic overview of the 757 there. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit weird. I am a bit sick. Not really sick, I just have a cold. Here's some info on this particular airframe. And then here's the cutout to see the model. So I guess I'll just do this all in one take to make it as quick as possible. So here's the model. And I'm really glad Gemini just released this FedEx 757. Number one, because I completely missed out on the NG models one. That NG released a few months back, completely missed that one, so I'm glad Gemini released this. Also because I was getting roasted for having this one, the custom FedEx 757 that I made last year. So people were like, bro, you messed up the tail color and all that, and I was like, okay, cool, thanks. So I'm glad that I have another FedEx 757, like an actual one, not this thing. But anyway, let's get started with the review. I'll start with the nose. So as you can see, we got the cockpit windows there. I don't have my pointer thing with me, sadly. I don't know where it is, but I'll just point out the details verbally. So you have the cockpit windows there. If you can't see them, then they're right there. Got the radome there, the nose cone, and then every FedEx plane, I don't know what that is. They have some sort of camera thing. I don't know what it is on their nose. You see a little black dot on the nose cone right there. I don't know what that is. Every FedEx plane has one, from what I noticed. I don't know what it is. It's like a camera thing or something. That's what it looks like. But if anybody knows, let me know, because I don't see it on commercial planes. You don't see those kind of dot. I don't know what it's like. To me, it looks like a camera. I don't know what it is to you guys, but it looks like a camera. That little dot on the nose. So if anybody knows what that is, do comment below. I saw a FedEx 757 in Bloomington last week, and it had it. Every FedEx plane has it apparently. So yeah. So there's the pitot tubes there. The name of the plane, which is Sophia. FedEx actually names all of their planes after children of employees, which is, I think that's how they name them, which is pretty cool. So each of their planes has a name, which is nice. And so you have their slogan also right there, the world on time. We have the nose gear door right there, which is nicely detailed, in the fleet number of the plane, which is 920. There's the L1 door, which is, I think, the only functioning door on the plane that they actually use for the pilots to exit the plane, whatever. The billboard FedEx Express titles. The huge cargo door there, which is a basic part of any cargo plane, the large cargo door. Window there. I'm not sure why they keep the windows on some. They have 2 windows here. Not sure why that is. I think it's just to put some natural light into the plane. I have no idea. I'm not good with cargo planes. There's the Rolls-Royce RB211 engines with the FedEx logo on them. Nicely detailed as well. You can see the reverse thruster detail on there. The engines are also nicely done, as you can see. Nice fan blade detail, and there's the inboard landing light on the wings. The wings themselves, not much to them. I like the glossy silver finish on them, which is pretty cool. The flaps and the control surfaces you can easily see. There's another window back there on the fuselage, if you can I don't know if you can see it. And then I think that is another window for a door that used to be there from when this aircraft used to fly with passenger service. I don't know what airline it used to fly with. It might have been in Britain or something. There's the registration N920FD, the US flag, and then the tail, which is blue, and then the FedEx logo on there as well. So there's the tail cone with the APU, the horizontal stabilizers, and then on the top, nothing really. You just got your lights, antennas, beacon lights. Right side basically the same. Don't know what that is under the X there. If you can see that, let me know what it is. I'm not entirely sure. There's your cargo door, front lower cargo door or something like that, whatever it's called. Then there's your rear cargo door there. So yeah, also here's a cool thing. I know many of you have heard this kind of joke, not really a joke, but I'm sure many of you have heard that if you look right in between the E and the X, you can see an arrow. Like there's literally an arrow right there, if you can see it. Hold on. Like you see this, there's an arrow right there, which is pretty cool, right in between the E and the X. I didn't know that until a few years ago, so that's pretty cool. It's kind of funny how they put an arrow in there. I don't even think they meant to. It just, the shape kind of resembles an arrow right there, which is pretty sick. And yeah, that's the entire review. It's basically all I have. Here's the underbelly, by the way. I haven't shown you guys the underbelly. Actually really good details down here. If it'll focus, gosh. Okay, so you got the nose gear doors there. You have the main landing gear doors here, the stand hole, some more flap details, whatever, and then there's some other doors down there for forgot what, and then there's the RAT system, the ram air turbine, for when the engines fail. I believe like the little fan propeller thing comes out and it helps generate engine power. And the landing gear, by the way, they are rolling, but they are a bit fragile. Like I could easily bend them in. Which is not really, like you can see it's easily movable. Like I just kind of messed it up a little bit, unfortunately, but yeah. So that's one downside. The gear are a bit fragile, but as always you have to be careful with these models, but they do roll, and the mold is really good. The new 757 mold is much better than it was before. I don't think there are any faults with this model, no flaws that I could find. I would definitely recommend getting it if you haven't already. The next video will be an airport update, which I'll do my best to get out as soon as possible. But thank you all so much for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Please comment, like, rate, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.